So I was watching this interview of Cynthia Erivo from a year ago. This is the screenshot for it here. She talks candidly about her experiences before entering Hollywood and her daily practices now. And it's honestly a great interview, very inspirational for me specifically as not only a Black woman, but also someone who has Saturn rulership in my natal chart. Anyway, in this interview, Cynthia talks about a more tangible aspect of progress, a more digestible aspect of progress, which is one step at a time. Now, for some reason, this really didn't click for me until I saw this interview. So once again, Cynthia Erivo is inspiring me not only through her role as Elphaba in Wicked, but also in this interview. And what stuck out to me about what she was saying is how much it honors Saturn. And what was amazing to me once I looked at her natal chart was her description of progress as it relates to her natal chart. So in their interview, she says, taking one step at a time is progress. She compares it to running and how she worked up to running long distance and started working out even when she didn't want to. As soon as she said that, I knew that that was Saturn coded. Saturn honors when you do the things even if you don't want to, honoring the plan and not the emotions, sticking to the facts of the situation, sticking to the routine of it all, the plan, sticking to the plan. So, no, she says it's about, going running or working out when she didn't feel like it. And those were the times that she had the best workouts. And that is very Saturn coded. Also, the focus for her when training for long distance, instead of looking far ahead of herself when running towards her destination, she focused on her feet. She looked down and focused on one step at a time. And for some people, that advice doesn't work. But for someone like me, that was almost like a cheat code. Instead of focusing on where I want to be, taking the small steps every day to get to where I need to be, but not even ultimately thinking of that goal whole time, just thinking of the small steps I need to take according to the plan that I have put in action. And this is cool because we have running in the mix, working out, and discipline. And she has, in her natal chart, Saturn trine her North Node in Aries. Now that is astrological gold. Just going through some of her aspects here, she has a moon opposite Pluto, a person that's very in touch with their emotions, can have very healing, transformative powers with their emotions and understanding others' emotions. The other thing I thought stood out was the Saturn in Sagittarius, Saturn representing long-term longevity in Sagittarius, which usually indicates long distance travel or philosophical matters or higher learning, all three of which Cynthia is known for, which is she's traveled long distance to start her career in America, where she's achieved and worked her way up. She has star power, she has staying power. There's also the fact that she is a higher learning teacher for acting, and now that she is potentially an EGOT winner, that speaks for itself. And if you listen to her in interviews, she certainly has a philosophical mind, a mind able to think in abstract ways and apply it to our very reality in ways that provoke us into higher states of thought processing. You know what I mean? On the basics, she's a sun in Capricorn, Taurus moon. I mean, this woman is hardworking. Their soul is dedicated to achieving. Achievement oriented is really the key word when it comes to Capricorn. They have a high expectation of themselves because they were put in a position to have that high, because others had high expectations of them. Others had high expectations of them, and they had no choice but to have high expectation of themselves. And so that leads into their adulthood. They're adultified children typically, and they grow into this very responsible, very high earning, high achieving person. Also the Taurus moon. She even states herself to be stubborn, and we all know her vocal quality is out of this world, typical of Taurus placements to have soothing and very beautiful voices. That concludes my quick take on Cynthia Erivo's chart. If you'd like to see more, let me know.